Hey guys, welcome back to another video of The Barn Garage. And I'm going to show you how to rebuild a push mower carburetor. So, first what you're going to want to do is get some vice grips or something, plug off the fuel line. Or if it has a fuel shut off, just shut the fuel off. Anyway, we want to get this screw out. Right there. Take the air filter out. It's actually pretty dirty, but not bad. Okay, at least on my push mower, you want a 8mm to take these two bolts out. Yes, there used to be one that goes there, but there ain't anymore, so that's tight. We don't want it on tight now, do we? Anyway, now. I'll take these two bolts out. And just like that, the cover should pop right off. Then, like I said, at least on my push mower, need a 10mm socket for this bolt. Another bolt right there. I'll just go ahead and take those out. Okay, so now we just get it on there. Oh, this is gonna take two hands. Then you just loosen that one up, and should be able to take the carburetor right off. You know, after we take the fuel line off. And then you want to take some sort of pliers, pinch that. There goes one of the carb bolts. Yep, like that. Ooh, is it wet under that? Well, maybe I'm just tripping. And now we just pop the fuel line off, take the carburetor off. Okay, so now you just want to find some sort of wrench to pop the bottom of it open with. Crack it open like that. My dog is retarded. And you want to take this bolt on the bottom all the way out. Like that. Yeah, maybe we'll see if we can. Anyway, this little hole right here, you want to spray some starter fluid or something with some pressure behind it down in there. Clean out that main jet so it can flow fuel through it freely. And you also want to make sure your bowl is clean. And make sure all your seals and stuff are good. Now, here is a little pin that you could pull out. Looks like that. Do not lose that. Very important. Then you could lift the whole needle and seat and float part right out. Then you want to clean that out and make sure that's all totally clean. A little gold part right there. And this part right here. That should be nice and clean now. Anyway, I guess we could start the reassembly, so there's this AB little slit in here. Kind of see it there. The needle and seat looks like this. Kind of has that little umbrella thing on top. You want it to just slide into that clip like that. Then in that gold or brass hole, I should say, you just want to slide it down in there. Now, you want to take this little pin, there's a little hole there, right about there, a little hole there, and you want to put this in. That could be kind of tough to line up. There we go. I got it lined up, put it back on. She's operable. Now, probably wouldn't hurt to put a little bit of like used oil or something on this to help it seal. Which actually, I think I'm gonna go do it now. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so now we got the used motor oil. Now you just want to put a little bit in the cap. And that's the AB little amount. Then you want to take a little bit of the motor oil, put your fingers in it, and just pull it around like it's RTV or something. Sorry if I'm talking quiet. But this will help it seal. A little bit of oil around that. And you want to put it inside of your bowl. Actually, no. On this carburetor, it goes on the outside. I'm getting the new carburetor mixed up with the old carburetor. Alright, so once you get the seal around the outside, then you want to take your bowl, make sure it's all cleaned out. That, you want to put your bowl, slide him. You want to make sure he's as straight as possible. Oh, let's see what's going on here. Okay, so I was right. It does go on the inside of the bowl. Which can be a little bit of a pain, like I said. Like it's being right now. Okay, so now, I'm just gonna put the bowl directly on, like that. Bingo. And you should have like a little washer on there as well. Just find your threads like that. Then you just tighten that down. You want that awfully tight, just so it doesn't leak fuel. You want to make sure it's sealed all the way around. Seems to be. Alright. Now we can move on to the part where we demonstrate how to put it all right back together. Alright. Gotta clean up the hands first though. Alright, so whenever you take your carburetor off, you want to no ring. Anyway, there will be an O-ring that pops off there. You want him, when you're putting your car back on, you want him to sit right there. And you want to put this carburetor on linkage. The O-ring fell off. Oh man. Then you just want to put the carburetor up there and bolt it on. Anyway, now we just hook the fuel line back up, which is simple enough. Just tilt it up and just put it on. Alright, so now the carburetor's back on, fuel line's back on, we want to hook this up. And we want to hook that hole up to that open pipe right here. And then we want to bolt it on. It's kind of like a PCV on a car or something. So I'm just gonna put that on real quick and show you what it looks like. Alright, now that's on. You can look inside the carburetor, right there in that jet, to see if it primes. Oh. I've seen a bubble once. Are we out of fuel, maybe, somehow? Oh no, we got plenty of fuel. That don't make sense, that doesn't. Well, it doesn't make sense because the carburetor sits lower than the height of the fuel, so no matter what, the fuel should still be going in. That don't make sense. Okay, lesson learned. Do not blow on the fuel tank. Anyway, now we should have great fuel flow. I don't know, maybe it's just gotta slowly flow down. But now, put that back on. We could tighten the screw and call it a day. Anyway, my friends, that is how you rebuild your push mower carburetor. See you guys in the next one. Peace out. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment.